an open loot of the taxpayers' money, says the BJP, by the Congress party government. Former Deputy Chief Minister Ashwath Narayanan has also gone on to say, why give advertisement to a newspaper which has no readership in Karnataka or anywhere? Why associate with an entity already under the ED scanner? The points that are being raised by the Bharatiya Janata Party on expected lines. But take a look.
Joining us right now, former Deputy Chief Minister and BJP leader, Mr. Ashwath Narayanan. Sir, you've seen the kind of details coming out. Such humongous money given to National Herald, a newspaper with barely any presence in Karnataka, not much readership in Delhi. How do you see this, sir?
It's a complete abuse of power, misuse of power to favor the Herald paper and to keep their leaders happy. They're trying to misuse the entire taxpayers' money, which has got, that paper has got, it's completely insignificant. The congressmen are contributing, the Congress party is contributing, the Karnataka Congress is party, and Congress government in Karnataka also, in year 23-24 they gave 2 crores. Now in 24-25 they have given 2 crore advertisement in 23-24, now 24-25 1 crore. So like this they have been contributing, they have been, we have been hearing news all the time, how they have been trying to, channelize the fund, contribute the fund towards this Herald paper, which is completely insignificant. This clearly reflects how government money, taxpayer, hard-earned money has been completely misused by the Congress government.
Sir, we've already seen the Enforcement Directorate looking into this institution. We've already seen the Delhi police issuing notices to Mr. D.K. Shivakumar, his brother, for contributing to National Herald and its parent organization. During such a time when it was already under scanner, does it make sense for the Karnataka government to have any transaction with such an entity?
See, already it has been questioned, it has been a scandal, it has been a major controversy for past many years. This has become the major point of discussion in the entire country. Even then, they have been completely insensitive. They don't care what may come, we'll keep doing what we want. We are meant to be above the law. They have got very scant respect for the law, and this is really condemnable action of the Congress government. Giving for this insignificant, they have got no presence in Delhi, no presence in Karnataka, absolutely no presence in Karnataka, and even the Hindustan Times advertisement, they have given 50 lakhs only. Giving 2 crore advertisement for National Herald, what justification? It clearly reflects they're trying to misuse, and repeatedly it has been questioned, and the investigation has been going on for past many years, how the change of ownership happened, how they subverted, how they mismanaged, and how they wanted to take over the assets of the National Herald. All these things we have seen now, even now, that the same abuse of power or the money channelizing into the National Herald has been continuously happening. There should be some accountability. There should be some respect for law, which has not been seen by the Congress PM.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for speaking to us.
In fact, Karnataka Minister Eshwara Khandre has also responded to CNN-NEWS18 expose. Let's take a look.
Sir, serious questions being raised on why the state government gave such humongous amount of ads to National Herald, a paper that has barely any traction or readership in Karnataka.
What's wrong in giving advertisement to National Herald? National Herald started during independence, and National Herald newspaper that is responsible, that has contributed in the struggle against the British. We got independence. Because of the publicity, because of the support from newspapers like National Herald and all. And now casting aspersions against National Herald itself is anti-national.
So in fact, the BJP is saying this is taxpayers' money being routed to Congress High Command via National Herald.
Question of individual doesn't come. Okay? What National Herald has done for the country, you have to think about that. How can you say like this? What right you have got to say like this? This is all totally This is, if at all they are thinking like that, that itself is totally um anti-people, anti, we can say anti-national.
Thank you, sir.
Pallavi, it's that brazen. Eshwara Khandre is saying that what is wrong in it if we are funding the National Herald?
Well, this is exactly what I was telling you a short while back when you asked me what the Congress party would do. We're going to wait to see what the central leadership, Pawan Khera's press conference is going on another issue would also have to say. But on the National Herald issue, the Congress party has never bought this argument of the BJP ki dal mein kuch kala hai. According to them, everything was above board. National Herald carried forward the ideologies of Jawaharlal Nehru, and also that this is a newspaper which has something which has much to say for in its favor, and it's a prerogative really of the Karnataka government. Obviously, they must have found a merit into why they wanted to give that kind of ads. But you know, any newspaper gets ads, and if you go by the DAVP guidelines, it's always done on the basis of your viewership. How much reach does it have among the people? This is true about all print papers for that matter, and therefore there are certain norms which also have to be fulfilled. Of course, there is a certain amount of money which is at the prerogative of state governments. They decide how much of that money has to be given, but even they try to follow that rule about giving it to those who are going to have that kind of traction among the people. I mean, surely a national newspaper doesn't have less traction than National Herald, and frankly speaking, a political party which is in any case, if we facing a lot of heat over the National Herald case, would have been even more doubly careful to ensure that no such step is taken which can raise a question mark. I mean, whether this is going to have an impact or a fallout on the legal case which is going on against the Gandhis, what explanation can they offer in case the court raises this question is of course another different issue. But for now, despite the brazenness, Griha, I don't think the Congress party can afford to look good, look bad on this issue at least.
Well, absolutely. Pallavi, do stay on with us. I request my other colleagues to also stay on with us as I'm joined on the broadcast by Mr. Rajat Sethi, a political analyst. Mr. Sethi, what do you make of this splurge by the Karnataka Congress government for National Herald, basically Congress benefiting the Congress party?
Well, I think brazenness is a smaller word. It is the sheer shamelessness, of the Congress party and the audacity that they can take the entire legal system of the country for a ride, the entire honest tax-paying citizens of this country for a ride, stare in the face and pocket out the money. It is that degree of shamelessness. I mean, especially given the fact that the entire ownership of National Herald is under question. There are very, very serious cases going on. Your leader of your party itself is currently out on bail on the very same newspaper asset management related cases. He's not even been pardoned by any of the court of this country. And still they have the audacity, knowing very well that these news will be flashed all over the national television channels, and yet they had the audacity to go ahead and do this. This just shows that the amount of respect that they have for the India's legal system, India's taxpayers. They just believe that they can take everything for a ride. And I believe it is good that national channels like yourself are picking this issue up and taking it to some logical conclusion where the Congress government has to come out clean. In fact, the bills of all these years when these payments were made should be put in public domain, and government of India should actually go out and put the entire expense sheets of all these National Herald related accounts in the public domain, because ultimately it is taxpayer money. And all the rules of CFA that are there clearly point to the fact that we as honest taxpayers have the freedom to ask as to where the taxpayer money has been spent on. So National Herald should also come out and specifically state where all have they spent the money that they have taken from the Karnataka government. It is your and my money, and we demand accountability as to where has it been spent within National Herald also.
But Mr. Sethi, here's what the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka has famously said. While he was summoned by the Delhi police, he says this is harassment, it is our money.
How is there some kind of a tree of Congress party which is showering them with all of these rupees? It is taxpayer money at the end of the day. It is your, mine, and the viewers of your channel. It is all our money. This is what I'm saying. This is the degree of shamelessness that these leaders who are occupying the chairs right now are demonstrating. In any scenario, if this kind of a thing would have broken out anywhere in any other country, people would have lost their jobs, people would have lost their chairs. But this is what I'm saying, that they have that courage that nothing bad will happen to them, and they can carry on with this brazenness, with this shamelessness through and through. And I believe
When we posed this question to one of the sitting ministers in Karnataka, this is what his response was, that this question that you're posing us is anti-national.
See, they have basically, this is how they have lost touch with the reality. Tax-paying citizens demand answers, and you need to fulfill those answers no matter what. You are the custodian of the treasury, which is filled by the tax that we honest tax-paying citizens are giving. Otherwise, your own salaries that you're drawing in are all subject to the whims that the taxpayer of this country have. And the taxpayer have all the legitimacy to demand answers from you, and you are duty bound, constitutionally bound, to tell us and explain us where did that 1.5 crore or 2 crore rupees went in. Where was that money going in inside National Herald, and was that money leaking out of National Herald into the coffers of the Congress party? All of this needs to be, to be clarified. There are several employees of the National Herald which are also their day job, their moonlighting job is actually serving for the Congress party. They're Congress party's workers. Try doing that with any other party anywhere else in the world. This is as blatant of a corruption as it can actually get.
Okay. All
And
right, Mr.
people would
Sethi,
have,
do
called
stay
it
on
out,
with
but
us. We also have Syed Asad Abbas, who's joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Abbas, thank you so much for joining us. Every kind of statement that is now trickling in after we have exposed the kind of budgetary that had been allocated for National Herald, a newspaper which doesn't even have the kind of readership that is required for the kind of funding that is received from Karnataka alone, a Congress-ruled state. There is only brazenness that has come in response from the leaders of the Congress party, sir.
Well, this is nothing but an absolute vendetta of the Bharatiya Janata Party over the last 10 to 12 years they've been in power. The fact of the matter is, if there was any merit in this case, there would have been convictions which have been taken place. It's been more than 10 years. As a matter of fact, Mr. Subramanian Swamy, who was a private complainant to the same, we know what the judge said about it. There was not even an FIR which was registered. This was purely based on Mr. Subramanian Swamy's complaint. How can a private complaint move so much? There has to be an FIR provided to Srimati Sonia Gandhi ji, Shri Rahul Gandhi ji, only then things could move. Let us understand with great power, there's great responsibility and equal accountability. There needs to be accountability set here. If the Bharatiya Janata Party, which is in power today, is using its CBI, ED, IT like caged parrots upon the opposition, what good is it going to hold in the betterment of the large system of this democracy if opposition is going to be hinged onto like eagles? We need to
Mr.
understand
Abbas,
here that
National Herald is a
will not be
newspaper of the Congress party that has been reeling under a lot of controversy, to see the least. And there is also this case, the ED case, also upon them. It has named Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. So there are a lot of controversies that plagues National Herald. So this is going to be blown up, and this is going to be taken up as ammunition by the Bharatiya Janata Party. You can't blame them. They are reacting on expected lines.
Yeah, Ji, the people of our beautiful country are absolutely aware that what is the conviction rate of the enforcement directorate. The fact of the matter is the people have lost their faith in ED because their conviction rate is less than 2 to 3%. 100 people could be summoned, 100 people could be charge sheeted, but what about the conviction rate? So therefore, the people of India, the political leaders, the party, and everybody is testimony to the fact today. Many of the judges in the High Court and the Supreme Court have made observations on the same front. How the ED is being used as a targeted tool against the opposition leaders, which is absolutely unfair. The fact is, there is saying, सरकार भी तुम्हारा लश्कर भी तुम्हारा तुम झूठ को सच बोल दो अखबार भी तुम्हारा खून मजलूम ज्यादा नहीं बहने वाला जुल्म का दौर ज्यादा नहीं चलने वाला इन अंधेरों का जिगर चीर कर नूर आएगा अगर है फिरौन तो मूसा भी जरूर आएगा सत्यमेव जयते गृहा जी आई बिलीव ट्रूथ शैल ट्रायम्फ एट द एंड ऑफ इट असत्य की पराजित होगी एंड आई बिलीव no matter what, truth will travel, and it does
Okay.
not need any clutches
All
to
right,
form.
Mr. Sethi, this is the response that comes in from the Congress. Other than the brazenness that we were talking about, the fact that it's vendetta politics on part of the Bharatiya Janata Party, ED, CBI used as cage parrots, central agencies being misused. This is a templated response that does come in, but there are certainly fingers that are also pointed at the BJP. The Congress is going on to say that if 5,000 crore odd rupees can be spent on advertisements for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, then why is this a problem?
On. This is, when you're looking for excuses to cover up your crimes, you look for all kinds of silly, reasons all around. The simple point here is that ED's conviction rate is say 5%. So let us all do the crime. Let us all do hawala transactions because we can always go and accuse ED that ED's conviction rate is so low. So let's keep on doing the crimes. I mean, what kind of a defense and a stupid argument is that? The simple thing is, by the way, the news that you are breaking right now is not even about ED. It is about a government trying to siphon off taxpayer money into a newspaper which is entirely owned by the Congress party. This is here the ED is not even coming into question. So let's not try to divert the topic here. The topic is very clear. The topic is the shamelessness with which the Karnataka government tried to give money to the Congress party, taxpayer money, without the will of the taxpayers. That is unethical, criminal, corrupt. This is what we are trying to highlight here. And if it goes to ED, if it goes to courts, that's another matter. And it must go to the courts. Before that, National Herald's books should be put in public domain when this cash was moved in. And it should be, we as taxpayers should demand that question.
Okay.
The Karnataka taxpayers should demand that question. The Karnataka people who are living in Karnataka and paying honestly these taxes, they should demand where was that money spent by National Herald, on whose salaries?
Okay, Mr. Abbas wants to come in here because that is a fair point, Mr. Abbas. When the Congress government in Karnataka doesn't have enough money to fund the guarantees that they promised to the people of Karnataka, they are allocating a fair share of the money that's been given to all the newspapers. More than 70%, 69% is only going to National Herald, which is not even in circulation in the state, let alone India. Enough.
Grihaji, I'm very happy to share with you and my dear co-panelist here that I'm a Kannadiga myself. I'm a citizen of this beautiful country. I hail from the beautiful state of Karnataka. And I can tell you as a matter of fact that the Karnataka state government here is the second largest contributor to the GDP of the nation. Not just that, the city I reside in, Bengaluru, is the Silicon Valley of the East, the startup capital of India. And I can tell you, if there are genuine concerns of the courts, of the CBI or the Enforcement Directorate, they can definitely summon the Karnataka government or its leadership here, or even otherwise the Congress High Command. But the real question is, when the Bharatiya Janata Party spent 5,000 crores or much more than that in their own respective campaigns, in their own respective PRs, advertising, आप करें तो प्यार, दूसरे करें तो वार, ये कैसा अत्याचार?
No, but are
Why
you
the
saying
double
two
standards?
wrongs make a
Why
right?
the duplicity and hypocrisy?
But are you saying two wrongs make
Absolutely
a
not.
right?
Absolutely not. The fact of the matter is, my question is, why is it when the Bharatiya Janata Party does it, it's absolutely okay. But when the opposition does it, questions are raised. I find it to be biased.
How many times has the Congress party raised that
partisan.
issue? Unless and until there was a finger pointed at the Congress party, in this case over National Herald, this question was never raised. That so is the BJP spending crores on an advertisement associated with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Why is that point being selectively raised only now?
I will tell you that. Let us understand, Grihaji. The fact of the matter here is very simple. Let us understand if a National Herald is a scam. Let us understand that's an open and shut case. Then why, in the last 10, 11, almost 12 years now, the BJP has behind the life of Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi and the National Herald? Still, they are not able to prove it. What is this? If there were merits in the case, they could have moved beyond measures. Why is it that there is no conviction today? If there was substantial proof and evidence, things would have been moved by now.
Okay.
We have the best of lordships in the courts. We have for some of the finest officers out there in the agencies. But what is happening? Nothing. All I am saying is this is all dhua
Okay,
hai
all
aur
right.
kuch nahi hai.
Mr.
This is
Sethi, would
all
you like to
smoke.
respond to that? The ED case going about in circles against the Gandhis, nothing really coming off it.
It's as stupid an argument. I mean, is Congress party trying
How
to
is
run
everything stupid to
tell,
you?
no,
I think your
let
arguments are stupid here.
Oh,
No, no, Mr.
come
Sethi,
on.
Making
Mr.
absolutely
Sethi,
It is
no
let's not
sense
make it
here.
personal,
bizarre and
gentlemen.
stupid argument.
Mr. Sethi.
Your leader of the opposition is currently out on bail. Do you want to instruct the court to finish off the case in a stipulated time? Then do that. Ask the court, move the Supreme Court that my leader has been hounded, and there should be a time-bound, submissions and the cross-examinations of all the witnesses in this case. Even when Kasab was, given a death penalty, that in itself, it was an open and shut case that also took years. This is the problem of our
Can I
country.
answer that?
But that does not give
Can I
you a
answer
Okay,
that?
Mr. Abbas, quickly, I have to wrap
and do
this.
corrupt practices
I
in
have
this
to
The
wrap
country.
fact of the
Mr.
matter,
Abbas,
the
yes.
fact of the matter
No, why will he
is
get a chance to
the
speak? I'm still
political-
about to finish my arguments.
Mr. Sethi, I'll come to
political analyst, the political analyst here is just calling it stupid. Sir, you're making absolutely no
Abbas,
sense.
you
Let
are
the
making
viewers
a
of
stupid
CNN
argument when you
decide
say
who
Prime
is
Minister
stupid
is
here.
spending
All right,
5,000 crores.
all right. This will
Secondly,
go to the main case associated with National Herald, which has the names of the Gandhis in it. But the real problem at the moment that we are discussing is the kind of budget allocation for National Herald, and that has raised certain concerning aspects because it is much more than the rest of the money that has been allocated to the other national newspapers, where papers which are in national circulation have been given as less as even zero. And that is the discrepancy that we are wanting to highlight for our viewers. We go into a very short break with that thought.